Welcome to an all-new Nerds to Men. I am Brad Reed. I am joined by Cameo.
What's up, y'all?
And Bug Berlin,
Howdy.
owner of New World Comics here in Oklahoma City, where you put on a lot of great events here, just south of 63rd Street, on Meridian. New World Comics, my favorite comic book store.
Mine too.
I hope so.
Yes.
But I don't find myself, like, I was thinking the other day, because I live in Midwest City. Even if there was one closer, I still would want to come here.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great family-friendly atmosphere, perfect for events like Free Comic Book Day.
Yes.
Coming up May 4th. That's a big one. And then New World Comic Con 5.
Yeah, out at the fairgrounds.
Ooh, that one's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
I love going there every year. Mm-hmm. Toys, comic books.
Yeah, if 80s lady friend
Special lady friend
tries to take one of my action figures again, Dukes will be thrown.
Dukes.
Cut.
Yeah,
Right?
that's terrible.
She might kick my butt, but I won't
But
go
you're
down
going
for
to
the
throw
fight.
a Duke.
I am.
All the Duke in the world is
That's
gonna
right.
be thrown.
Like a chimpanzee.
Oh. I don't think the state fair allows that or Mylar balloons.
I was gonna say, somebody of one of your employees is gonna have to clean that up. So,
Oof.
who's it gonna be?
I mean, I guess probably I would be, since I'm
I'll
kind
just
of
I'll rub your nose in it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bad Cameo. Bad.
Oh, I love it. I love New World Comic Con. It's like a Comic Con, but it's also kind of like a family reunion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every year, so it's a good time. You got to make plans for that, going on July 27th at the Oklahoma State Fairgrounds. Also got to talk to you about our friends Paint and Cheers. We got a big show coming up, so they are one of our sponsors. We're very glad to have them, but you should go hang out with them down in the Plaza District. They got drink specials on Thursdays and on the weekends. You can paint a painting and have as much fun as humanly possible with Adam out there. It's going to be a great time. Go see them at paintandcheers.com. That's paint with the letter N, cheers.com. See their drink specials, see what they're painting, and reserve your seats so that you can have a great date night. It's a great office party. They can do it all there at Paint and Cheers. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I want to get right into it.
Please, let's do it, because there's a lot of stuff happening.
Ooh,
A
yeah.
lot of stuff.
So it's time for our nerd update. Yeah, we need to maybe come over with the synthesizer, and we'll put together a for real nerd update intro.
Yeah, I will play a synthesizer.
Do you have like a keytar maybe?
I do.
That would be awesome. I just picture you at home with the keytar.
That's all I do at home.
He does not. All right, Rise of the Skywalker came out. The trailer, the teaser trailer, last week, I guess it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Over the weekend. Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys, because I was excited about a few things, but I'm not so excited about this movie. I was glad it comes out at Christmas again, because it kind of became a tradition there where I go at Christmas time and see the Star Wars movie.
Right.
But I'm feeling a lot of fatigue here. Like, I'm feeling like 9. I'm just kind of not all that. I don't care.
It's because the Revenge of the Jedi, whatever the last one was.
The Last Jedi?
Yeah, the Last Jedi. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That one, yeah.
Oh, it's not aging well with me.
The Force Awakens, well, I mean, it's not as good as it was. It just
because
isn't.
like Force Awakens was like, man, I really did love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Man, look at all the Star Wars I loved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what else I think was... It wasn't a great movie by any means, but what I kind of liked about it was my kids don't think Star Wars is the greatest thing ever. And I was like, well, that's because you guys started with 1 through 3.
Right.
Yeah.
And those aren't my favorites by any stretch. I like things about it, like Darth Maul and some of that stuff. But, you didn't see the ones that we saw that were awesome.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that these, the first one I felt was a lot of fan service to the old ones.
Yeah. And it set up a whole bunch of stuff like, all right, so the next one we're going to get to the meat of everything.
Yeah.
And then it was hey, all that stuff that we set up?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And they were saying, I've kind of been looking over some stuff today about Rise of the Skywalker, and they were saying that they feel like some of the things that they saw in this trailer are walking some of that back a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll start with Rey. I mean, she was, of course, she's a big part of the movie and the trailer. She has Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Which
He's not using it.
well, yeah, which is another reason I'm mad.
Spoiler alert.
Oof.
Why I'm so angry, but
And she
But-
still has that.
But he did say nobody ever really dies in the trailers.
I remember
So-
that rap group.
So, so he could still be alive somewhere.
Yeah,
Maybe he was so
or-
in tune with the Force that he could transfer his body somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I'm waiting on. Is that like
He wasn't dead.
Yeah, since he became one with the Force, he's gonna like reapparate.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
You know,
kind
and
of
he'll
feel
be
like
the first to do that.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Because he was supposed to be better than Yoda.
Yeah.
At the end of the thing. Yeah.
I'd rather see Yoda
Yeah.
though. Yoda's my
Yoda
dude.
been dope.
Yeah. And then another thing you see is Kylo's helmet, that he smashed.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of put back together and all that. So that they were saying these are symbolic of kind of walking back the Last Jedi a little bit.
Good.
So, do you think in a galaxy far, far away that Luke and Leia hooked up? Because I feel like just listen.
Maybe a long time ago.
Yeah,
No.
because I feel like Kylo acted
This
like
isn't Game of Thrones.
We'll get to that.
yeah, we'll get to that in
Yeah.
a second. But like, because
Listen,
Kylo
man.
acts just like Luke
No.
and Anakin.
I'm gonna go with a no.
No, okay, all
But
right.
Kylo is the Skywalker, right? The Rise of Skywalker.
He'd have to be.
I don't think so.
He is a Skywalker. Though.
No.
Well, yeah.
Guys, it's Rey.
I think it's going to be.
It's Rey.
you-
It's always been Rey.
So, I mean,
Yes.
I kind of agree
'Cause-
with you,
'cause
but
Kylo was just like messing with her.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
hey,
what I was
Your
thinking.
parents were nobody. He just thinks the very less of her parents. No, it's Rey. Rey's on a desert planet, and this whole thing is about a Skywalker. Come on now.
but okay, but that's the gotcha.
Listen,
Gotcha.
They're gonna ungotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing I saw in this trailer that stood out to me that I was like, woohoo! But it also, I'll tell you why it makes me mad. Lando Calrissian, Billy D. Williams.
See, I saw it. I was like, "Hey, Lando's back." And then
Yeah.
I thought, "Wait, no,
He's got no friends.
no." It was my first reaction should have been Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's a meme going around because you know how what's his face?
Yeah.
Han said, over
You
my
get-
dead body, you're gonna get this back.
Yeah. And
A picture of him in this latest trailer. He's
Yeah.
like, ah!
The
So
reason
messed up.
the
So
reason
messed
that I thought this is awesome, but then it made me mad though, is like, it's like you would think that there's going to be some awesome reunion. There's not. It's so. I would have liked to have seen some cooler stuff
But
like
here's the
that
thing,
back.
Maybe they like supercut it with like he and Leia are like, "Why, hello."
Ooh.
He always had a sweet spot for her.
Yeah.
so-
Maybe
machines and-
Finn is the Skywalker.
That's weird. Anyway, this got weird. Pay no attention to the brat across the table.
He's the long lost son of Lando and Leia.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's how that works.
Yeah. All right. So Princess Leia, we see her a little bit.
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher. This is going to be weird seeing her.
I mean, it's not as weird as like going back and watching like a Humphrey Bogart movie. Like it's the hey, look, there's another person who's deceased and you're
But isn't it,
immortalized on film.
is it gonna? Did she record or?
Yeah,
she,
yeah.
okay,
They
so,
filmed a lot of stuff before.
so it's not just gonna be like the animated.
right.
Yeah.
And
okay.
yeah,
Digitally animated
Yeah.
version. But I'm sure there will be some of that.
probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, it's Star Wars.
And then the laugh you hear at the end.
That's the moment where I started swearing because I was like, "Hey, look, I'm back in. Can I throw down a GD?" I was like, "Oh man, really?"
Why? Tell me why.
It was just kind of the like, and because we can't think of another dastardly villain because we ruined the last one, here's the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you want it to tie into all that, though. I mean, and
Well, and that's where Snoke could have been the perfect tie-in.
oh, I know. I
and
mean,
they threw him away.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that because I thought Snoke was going to end up, being somebody else. Or
Yeah, man, don't
yeah.
spend your check before you cash it. Like it's
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean about this whole thing. Is there was lots of things that I think could have been really cool with what they could have done with this, and
right.
it just
The last movie was just a series of moments of, oh yeah, hey, you know how you're excited about that? Nope.
I did hear while I was doing some readings and researches that there might be a shipping between a couple characters.
What kind of? Like the kid ship.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wishing there was a relationship.
Yes.
Ah.
I'm gonna call it Ray and Lando.
No.
I'm calling it Finn and
Yes.
what's his name? John
Yes.
Boyega. Yeah.
Poe.
Poe. Wait.
John
yeah.
Boyega is
John Boyega is Finn. Oh,
Finn
yeah.
and
That's-
Poe. Finn
Yeah.
and Poe.
Finn
Yeah.
and Poe.
Yeah.
Poefin.
That's
Poefin.
that's what
Yeah.
somebody was. That's what I can't remember which of the websites it was.
Man, they've been saying that since the first movie.
Have they?
Yeah.
I mean, but it was Cinema Blend.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
are we talking about like a bromance? No,
Like
like an actual
Ro-
ship.
Yeah, it's whatever, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, whatever. I don't care.
I actually
But
wouldn't care, but I would think that'd be interesting because
But
I
I
don't
feel
think we've
like
seen
he-
any
I thought-
characters like
I thought
that.
that he had like kind of like a little crush on Ray.
Well, no, he had a. Well, he kind of had a crush on, and then Rose had a thing for him, and
That's true.
So yeah, but he really seemed to, like, I don't know. I could see him going like both ways, but like it was more towards Ray. The like,
Okay.
I need to get to Ray.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. So that
Well,
could
and
that could happen.
yeah. I mean, he did do the like, hey, do you have a boyfriend? Big strong boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, whatever. Or it'd be really cool to see like Poe go like, "Hey, by the way, I have feelings." He's like, "Oh, sorry, man." Like, yeah.
Yeah. I think that I
Add
don't know
to
if
the drama.
Yeah, I don't know if there will be any of that. Whether it'll be subtle or whether it'll
Yeah.
be
I mean,
for sure, but it's out there that
Yeah.
people they're wanting it.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
But one more Star Wars thing:
Okay, sure.
the Boba Fett on Disney Plus. Have you
Oh,
seen
yeah.
the trailer?
Did you say Bubble Fett?
No, I said Boba Fett.
Bubble Fett?
Boba.
Is it Boba Fett?
Bubble tea.
Sir, it's just a Mandalorian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bubble Fett.
He went to go get some bubble tea.
Double bubble.
Oh my god.
Bubble Fett, where?
When does the Disney streaming come out?
November
12th.
Oh, you know, I saw like there's a whole bunch of stuff coming. They've announced a lot of it, but it's just-
Pixar. We got Marvel, Star Wars, Nat Geo. So I'm excited
Yeah,
for it.
ESPN apparently is going to have a huge
Really?
presence there too. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
on this one Disney streaming.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
November
gonna be.
12th.
Yeah, which I was like, ESPN, really? Damn. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Disney owns ESPN.
Well, yeah, but
so-
I mean, it was that seems kind of like, one of these things is not like the other.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, if you watch like the Disney XD channel, sometimes they do stuff with like they'll have like one of their characters go and do like sports stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could kind of see that, like
Yeah.
kids being more active, rather
Yeah.
than watching the app
But,
all
yeah.
the time.
But I mean, like maybe it's just documentaries because I don't
it
think he's
could be.
going to do live stuff.
Okay.
So
That'd be kind of cool if you
yeah.
got some sports TV on an app. That'd be
Yeah.
kinda dope.
Yep.
Well, a Disney app. But.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get it. And then I was watching Silent Live over the weekend, and they were talking about one of them, and then they were like, and then you got to get Netflix, Hulu, and it was, you're back to cable.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
back to
Yeah,
cable
but
prices.
it's cable a la carte, which I
Yeah.
prefer other than like, hey, here's 40 channels I don't care about.
Right.
Right.
And with these, you can like sign up and drop anytime.
Yeah. I don't want to pay $80 a month to watch live PD anytime I want.
Right.
Yeah.
right. I feel you.
I want what I want. But yeah, so that's all coming out. So yeah, Star Wars fans, the Disney streaming is going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. All right. Got to get to our top 3. These are some of the things outside of, what we normally talk about that we're recommending. It's brought to you by our buddy Jerry Bennett. He's part of this it's the comic art scene at the Skirvin Hilton, which you can go visit him at the Residency Gallery, meet Jerry Bennett. Plus, you can watch as he's creating work, participate in some activities that they got going on out there. So,
And he loves vodka.
Yeah, and and if he's not looking, just slightly move all of his stuff.
yes,
Just slightly.
just slightly.
He's a big fan.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's Go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, I've just been a jerk.
It's a lot of fun to go out there and just hang out with Jerry. He's fun to talk to, and you can watch him as he's making his art out there. So that's really cool. Follow him on Facebook and Instagram at Comic Art Scene, and that brings us to our top 3.
Woo! Top 3.
So we all are going to take one of the 3 and discuss something that we wanted to discuss.
Are
Really.
these the things that we talked about earlier?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I'm in.
So we'll start with Cameo. Cameo,
Yeah.
what'd you watch last night?
Nothing.
How dare you?
No, I'm joking.
Just ruined the segment.
Nothing. Why? What's up with you?
Yeah. What are we doing here?
Season 8, episode 1 of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, I did watch that too.
I didn't, but I stopped because all that stuff got super sad.
Yeah.
Although I did come up with a theory today, but I want to hear what you have to say first.
Okay. We by the way, before
No,
we go,
I said Cameo.
before we get too far, we're not going to spoil it.
Right. No spoilers.
I
No
might,
spoilers.
depending on my theory.
I will say this, though. My prediction of what's going to happen, if you know Bran, you know his character, there is a scene in there where he sees somebody. And I think it's going to foreshadow something that happened in season 1, and it's going to come full circle. So I think he might, turn into the Night King, or because if you've seen at the end of season 7, there was a lot of stuff where he was like in tune with the earth and time travel and all that stuff. But I think somehow he's going to become the Night King or something, and is going to kill some people.
That's a good theory. I've read that theory too, that he is the Night King, because if you look at the Night King and you look at Bran's eyes,
look alike.
But I've read other, and I wish I could tell you what it was now. I've read other things that kind of debunked all that. That was like, I don't think so. But I still like that theory, and I still think it could happen.
Gentlemen, I think your theories are great, but they suck. So here's what's going to happen, and I guarantee this is... So no one person is good enough to take over the throne, right?
Okay.
Right? So what they're going to do is they're going to take all the severed body parts from throughout the shows, the eyes, the boy parts, the heads, the torsos that have been cut off.
Okay. Sure.
That's right, the torsos that have been cut off. They're going to make one perfect being.
Like a build a figure.
Yeah, build your own Game Throner. And there you have it. That is how Game of Thrones ends.
If that's how it ends, I'm going to be very upset.
But they will not, because they'll own the throne of swords. Pardon my idiocity. I'll be over.
Yeah.
Here drawing pictures
Yes.
of butts.
I gotta say there were things in this show though that were cyclical, like from the first season. I think even maybe the first show that you saw, but they were different now, and they were showing you how different things are, but how things are the same.
Yeah.
But it was I really enjoyed last night's show. Last season, the only thing I didn't enjoy was that everything seemed so condensed, where somebody's journey before would take a few different episodes. Like everything was real quick this time. But this one last night, I was very excited. I liked it. It was extremely rated R.
Aren't they all?
Some of them are a little worse than others, but this one was pretty.
I had to fast forward.
Yeah,
some stuff.
I didn't. I rewind.
You paused it. It took
Slow-mo.
Brad,
Slow-mo.
5 hours to watch a 50-minute episode.
But I thought it was a really good one, and it sets up this season really good.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be kind of slow, but it wasn't.
No,
It wasn't at all. And this new intro is amazing.
so I have a theory about what I think will happen at the end. Should we do any of those, or should we save them for later?
No, we shouldn't have any theories about what's going to happen.
I mean, your theory's based on some bull. My real theory, I don't know. Should I give it out, or because it's really not a spoiler as far as some revelations that happened.
Let's do it.
Save it?
Yeah, let's save it.
Okay,
Each
okay.
episode we'll come up with something.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well,
All
so
right.
Game of
Every
Thrones.
episode, I'll come up with something.
Yeah, off to a good start.
Yep.
All right, Buck.
Yes.
I got to talk to you because I don't think Cameo. Did you see Hellboy?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I didn't see it either.
All
and I'll
right.
tell you why. But when I get to mine, but I guess you're saying last week you thought your prediction was hot garbage,
Yeah, and
or that's what people were saying about
yeah,
it.
they were saying it was hot garbage, and I was being very optimistic,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't entirely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, David Harbour was a really good Hellboy for the most part.
Okay.
A lot of the like Hellboy fight scenes were pretty awesome. There were some scenes straight out of the comics, but then there was all the connective parts that were really bad. And then like the movie from a technical standpoint was really pretty bad. You know, like if you're like, you know, like into film, like you understand it's a low budget movie, but it's a very low budget movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Man, that sucks.
there's some things like that they mixed like puppetry and CGI, and you know like some things looked phenomenal, like
Right.
better than they've ever looked before.
I will say I do like when they do mix that up.
Yeah.
Have a combination of both.
Did is it David Harbour?
Yeah.
Did he bring like a different level to Hellboy, or is
Yeah,
it,
so the Ron Perlman one was more charming,
Yeah.
whereas this one they played up the whole like the Hellboy in the comics is like kind of like a tortured soul that you know is unsure of like his future, that kind of thing. But also he's like 50 something that acts like a 15-year-old that wants to be a 30-year-old. Right? So that you kind of got more of that throughout the movie. Whereas, like in the Del Toro movies, you know, Ron Perlman would have to be like this one kind of character. By the way, I like kittens, and here's all my pancakes.
Right.
That kind of stuff.
Right.
But like, if you're wanting the best Hellboy, the Hellboy omnibuses are $25 each.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them that you really need, and it's everything great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Any chance we're going to get another Hellboy? And do you think they'll improve upon?
There's a chance. Word's coming out now that this movie had like 16 producers, and all of them were like undermining the director and the writer. Like they're like, well, I want this to happen in the movie, and then someone
Right.
else was like, no, that's bad. Do this way. You know, and yeah.
Okay.
Like there was a whole bunch of infighting and there was just all sorts of problems. So I could see it happening. Like I could see them trying it again
Right.
with a completely different take.
Right.
So
And Del Toro's like,
yeah.
Well, see, that's somebody was commenting, you know, why are they making this? And, you know, I didn't want to say that I was hoping that they would improve upon the other one because a lot of people really like those. But I thought that there's still stuff that they could do with Hellboy as a character.
Yeah.
And so I was for another Hellboy movie.
And I mean, it's one of the classic ways where the comic is so much the comic that the movie Hellboy is just not the comic.
Right.
You
right.
know, because like in the comics, Hellboy is almost never in a city, like a modern city. Like it's always, you know, something that looks, you know, turn of the century and you know, Slavic European kind of thing, you know,
Right.
or he's hanging out in a field in Africa.
Right.
So
So you still recommend people go see it, rent it?
you know,
If you're a fan of Hellboy,
yeah, I mean, you know, it's not a terrible time unless you're a huge like diehard Hellboy fan.
Yeah.
Then it's very offensive.
oh,
okay.
okay.
But you know, if you're looking for a dumb, just a super dumb fun time, go see it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my movie that I went and saw, I didn't go see Hellboy.
Anyways, that wraps up the show.
Yeah.
Dang.
10 Commandments.
Yes.
Yep.
And we're gonna start on each.
Let my people go.
I went and saw Pet Sematary.
Why?
Again, another question people ask.
Wait,
why?
how many times you see it?
Which one?
Counting the first one?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Well, the reason why I thought that this movie looked a little creepier than the original one, which the original one's pretty creepy.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that this one was. It was at times it was really creepy. It was really good. John Lithgow is awesome.
John Lithgow's in it?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and I love him in everything.
Yeah.
So if he was the Emperor in Star Wars, would you be happier? Would you go see it?
I would.
I mean,
I was just throwing it. I don't
that'd be
know.
weird.
Eh.
Only if he did like the Harry and the Hendersons, like, oh, we don't love you anymore. Just go.
I watched that like a
good-
couple months
I
ago.
like that.
I love that
impersonation.
movie.
Yeah,
Anytime one of my friends goes on a long trip, I pull out that.
yeah.
Go.
The rest of the characters, I thought at times that they were good, but at times they didn't really just give it everything. You know, like they could have really.
Did Dale Midcalf come back?
No,
Oh, did they like play Weekend at Bernie's with
Yeah.
Herman Munster?
no.
Oh,
But they did it with the gore and the acting. Like at times
acting gore.
Yeah.
Pet Sematary.
at times it was gory and like you were like, this is the kind of movie I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And then at the other times where I thought that it would have pushed it over the top to be a great movie, they held back.
Huh.
And they didn't, like if honestly I felt like it could have been kind of like a little more Rob Zombie-ish to make it they couldn't decide. I feel like they couldn't decide which type of movie they were going to make with this.
Gotcha.
Is it going to be just spooky and or is it going to be gory or a little bit of both? And it was a little bit, but not far enough in each direction. I felt like so. Again, I felt like they just couldn't really decide, other than Lithgow and one of the kids. Everybody else, I just feel like they didn't push it far enough, and they could have. So I give it a B+.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying the reviewers were kind of talking about like this movie itself was buried in the Pet Sematary, and
Oh, that's mean.
yeah. Here's what I think would have made a better movie, and might still make a better movie: a prequel. To show like kind of, there's a part in the movie because, it's in the Stephen King verse, of course, where it shows that they're on a highway in Derry, the place where it takes place, is close by. So there's something that all of these movies share that makes that area so spooky and scary. But I think a prequel might be kind of cool. But I would say go see the movie if you're a Stephen King and a horror movie fan. If you're not, if you're like Cameo.
And like just horror movies.
Yeah. Horror.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
If you liked what Buck's talking about, watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but I don't watch Game of Thrones. Oh, no.
Oh, no. But yeah, so I would say, there are people that, because it was a great remake, the latest one. But
Was it
this
epic?
one was okay. I don't know, because the second It will tell me
Oh.
whether it's awesome or not, You know what I'd like to see? I don't know. Did y'all ever see the old Salem's Lot, the TV movie version?
No.
The short answer is yes.
I've seen Sandlot though.
Oh no,
That's
not the
just
same.
like it.
Close, but not the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Babe Ruth ball and all. Yeah.
I would like to see a remake of that. They did remake it for TV again with like Rob Lowe back in the early 2000s, and that
okay.
one wasn't terrible. It was actually pretty good.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it just wasn't it wasn't great. I want to see like a really great one, like a good vampire scare. I love vampires, so
They suck.
that'd be what I would want.
I'll be over here.
You know what else sucks? Oh, Buck, yeah.
Oh.
Aw.
All right. So everything that Brad reads is terrible.
But it is time for my my most favorite of all the segments. Oh, Buck, yeah.
Yeah.
So, just, we always got to explain this. We record this on a Monday.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday, when this usually comes out, the comic books are available in store.
I get them Tuesday for a Wednesday release, so usually I can read them Tuesday night and tell everyone about them on Wednesday. But now that we're recording earlier, these are sheer speculations. But I've made my entire career now out of speculating what comics are going to be good. And, not to toot my own horn, I'm pretty damn good at it.
Yeah. I trust you. I've never did you make a slap
Policy?
no, not a policy, but a
Oh.
guaranteed, a Cameo?
Oh, on Hawkeye. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet.
Oh.
I haven't checked it out yet,
Okay.
but I will.
Cameo, you ignorant fool.
That's
So-
the clip that's going up on Instagram.
All right, so let's get through this real quick. Avengers: No Road Home, issue 10, final issue of the 10-week series. Oh my God, it's been amazing. Ups and downs, some great Avengers moments. Vision had one of the coolest moments not too long ago. Hulk's been going crazy throughout the thing. It's amazing. And if you're not a Hercules fan, you will be by the end of it.
And you mentioned that these all tie into that the War of the Realms, right?
No, this is a completely different
Oh,
thing.
this is.
Yeah. War of the Realms is a different thing. We'll get to that here in
Oh,
a
okay.
minute.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right, next on the list, Batman issue 69, and here's where Brad makes an immature comment.
That was not me. That was Cameo last
Lie.
week.
Well, see, since it was him last week, I was.
Oh, you think
I?
me? Yeah.
It was
See, I'm not as repressed as Cameo, so to me, it's just that's
not
everyday
what
life.
I hear.
That's just everyday life for old Brad Reed.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna find out what's been going on with Batman and all these terrible nightmares he's been having, and
Night
man.
Terror is finally catching up to him.
and they've been crazy. Oh man. So the next on the list, Guardians of the Galaxy issue 4. We might find out, or at least start getting more hints of who Thanos is going to be.
Ooh.
Which, if you don't know what that means, go back to the other podcast and listen, or come into the store and find out.
Yep. I have issue 2 in my stack here because that was the one I sent with my son. I was like, just take it.
Yeah.
And
it's
I'll get another
great.
one
Yeah.
because so far this has been a great series. Whoops.
So next on the list, War of Realms number 2.
Still
We
need to
have
run. I haven't read one. Well, wow. I haven't read one yet.
yeah,
Lily lolly lolly lily lily lolly lolly lily.
because it has English in it.
yes. Yes.
So all the stuff that's been going on in Thor in the last 5 years plus is all kind of coming to a head. It's Malekith is launching everything. He's going against all of the different realms, and it's up to Thor and all the heroes of Earth to stop it. And you're seeing some super crazy stuff happen, or at least being solicited to happen. Like Punisher has to take down some giants with nothing but his wits and all of his guns.
Ooh.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. You're going to see some special teams formed to fight some people. The Agents of Atlas are going to be back,
Nice.
forming, looks like in Asia. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. In Journey into Mystery this last week, fan favorite character just showed back up. It's all over the place. It's so fun. So much fun.
I can't wait.
And then finally, one of my favorite issues to come out this year was Spider-Man Life Story number 1.
Yes.
God, the first.
The second issue to that comes out this week.
We got to come back on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Man.
There's so many good books coming out.
it
know.
is so phenomenal.
Take my money.
I will gladly do that. Yeah, so it's Spider-Man aging in real time throughout the decades. Man, the first one felt like a 60s comic book written in modern times.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was so perfect, and it's poignant. It's everything and more that this story needs to be.
I can't wait.
Have you read the first one yet?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
So good.
and
I like it a lot.
that's what I got.
Nice. Man, let's fast forward to Wednesday already.
Come back. Boop.
Yep.
No,
Now
doesn't
we
work.
got all the comic books in
Yeah.
our hands,
Yeah.
reading them. No.
Mine's about Invisible Woman.
Ooh. Hallude. He's still got it. He's still reading it. That's Obuck, yeah. Obuck, yeah. Brought to you by New World Comics here on 63rd, just south of 63rd on Meridian.
Yep.
Come here. They've got the all the graphic novels. They've got trade paperbacks, the one shots. The what else am I leaving out?
Single issues.
Yeah, single issues.
Yeah,
Yeah, one shots and single issues. Are different.
I've got everything.
He's got it all.
Yep.
He's got
Yep.
the. What do you need?
I got what you need.
I think he means armpit. I've got 2.
2 of them. Yes. All right. Well,
One for each of you.
I think that's it for the week.
All right.
Well, make sure you follow us on Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitter,
Yeah.
Facebook. Also listen to us, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify,
Spreaker,
Stitcher,
Streaker,
Spotify,
SoundCloud,
iTunes. Yes, all of that stuff.
All of it. Yeah.
So
all
you can
that
find
and
it.
more.
You can find all of that around us when we do our show. So
Yes.
Yeah.
open up a new window and bam.
There you go.
But mainly, keep it nerdy.
Yeah. Hey, subscribe. Do all that.
Yeah.
And the New World Comics podcast. Our good buddy AD stopped back by. It's a 2-parter. The first one came out last week. He talks about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV series.
Yeah, we started off talking about regular stuff, and then it exploded into Power Rangers talk. It is
Yeah.
one of the most interesting interviews I've done.
Yeah.
Granted, he was all Power Rangered up.
Oh,
when
my
he came
God.
into the store.
Yeah.
Well, and then he does part 1. We go back. He goes to like a Mighty Morphin Power Con or something.
Yeah.
And then so the second part,
Like,
he's
it's
talking
even
about that.
bigger.
He's telling us about the best of the series. It's an amazing 2 episodes.
It's something that I didn't think that I'd be this into, and
Yeah.
man, tell me more.
Yeah. And part
Yeah.
2 comes out this week. So New World Comics podcast as well.
Awesome.
All right, that's it. Cameo.
Keep it nerdy.
Dirtman for life.